G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to Bully Time with the Lorraine 40t. Yes, that's right, we're taking out what is arguably the best tank in the whole French tree. Whilst we wait for the queue, which is not that long to be honest, because 6.7 games come pretty quickly. It only turns out to be 40 seconds. We'll discuss the 6.7 situation. I'll give you a little bit of a story time. So, back in the day, back at about, I think this is late 2015, the King Tiger Henschel, or the production King Tiger, goes down in battle rating to 6.7, which means it doesn't face the T10M anymore and doesn't get up-tiered to buggery, if I remember correctly. Now, essentially, this just opened up a whole new meta because the King Tiger would get a lot of down tiers. And facing the King Tiger would be the IS-2 Mod 1944 at 6.7 and the T32 in a rare up tier to 7.0. The Pershing and the long barrel Pershing, which is a premium, at 6.3 and 6.7 respectively, and so you didn't really get many down tiers. The King Tiger's basically just clubbed. Now that you have the British, the FE-4202, the Centurion, the Carnarvon, Super Pershing, T-29, T-34, and now that the Leopard 1 is 7.7 and 7.7 meta has just opened up, you get a lot of up tiers. And this was one of the rare matches where I got a full down tier. Or was it? I think it is a full down tier. So, when the French eventually get added, another fast vehicle to run circles around King Tigers appears, which is natural because that's what a medium tank or a light tank like the Lorraine 40t is designed to do. It's designed to run circles around heavies. So this thing comes out and it's at 6.3. It's getting the down tiers now that 6.7 is getting the up tiers. And the level of bullying is absolutely amazing. I know people have managed to get 5 KDs with this thing from 6.3, and it's absolutely insane. Sometimes it's just because you get dumb teammates. Dumb enemy teams, sorry. In the case of that RU-251, he just didn't see me. I decided to move on. Because I know that if I can push forward early in the game, I can stop the flow of enemy tanks coming to the front line. I can disrupt them there and then, and I can get my team in a very, very solid advantage. The reload of this tank is insane as well, but you've got to be a little bit careful because the auto-loading system can be a bane. If you're too aggressive, you won't get the ready rack sorted in time, and you'll eventually be stuck in a situation where you have one shell in the barrel, you'll donk it, and then you have a 30-second or 20-second reload or something ridiculous like that. Who's counting? But yeah, there's me going nuts on this Panther 2, and easy kill. Honestly, this thing is the ultimate bully machine, because you can also run circles around Panther 2s. The only thing you've really got to watch out for, though, is the British, and they're on our team. So we have a bit of free reign here, because the French Lorraine 40t, AMX M4, AMX 50, they seem to work as a really, really good counter to the King Tiger and the Panther. Because the Panther is a little bit more of a slow medium tank or a flanky medium tank. So it needs to be in a situation where it can fire first and it's got a little bit of distance between it. And the Lorraine is able to close that distance and get really, really close, get brawly. And I don't know how I snuck up on him. Let's just say that. So yeah, now we're in a front-on brawl with the King Tiger. I aim for the weak spot, ricochet like usual, because King Tigers do it again because of my bad aim, and there's that reload. I'm being too aggressive, and the auto-loading gets me. So you got to be really, really careful. When you're in battle, press O or hold the O key, and it'll show you the X-ray. And from the X-ray, you can figure out how many shells are in your ready rack. And what do I decide to do? As soon as I have one shell in, go for the aggressive, which is both foolish and intelligent at the same time. Foolish because you never know what's around the corner, and intelligent because the more aggressive you are with Germans, the quicker you can push them back, especially if they've just left the spawn like this tiger. And I go for the rear of the turret, get the ammo, easy kill. Now I've got my FV4202 friend supporting me here, random squad mate, and I'm basically just going off what he's going off. He's looking at someone on the west side, on the east side, so I'll look at someone on the east side, and what do you know? There's a Type 61. The auto-loading system has got me again, but it reloads just in time, and I'm able to take out the Type 61. There is that King Tiger there, and he has seen me. So again, I'm at the bane of my autoloader and my ready rack. I think it's doing some funny business, like some glitching or something like that, but I'm basically going off some mix between gut instinct and a couple of other things. And yeah, back to waiting a million years for a reload. Facing a King Tiger, head on. It's not terribly smart. What I really should have done is I should have backed off, waited a bit longer, and gone for the good shot. But it doesn't matter anyway because the King Tiger has gone for the repair of his turret ring, and I've managed to get the shell into his turret before he can repair it. That leaves me with a really healthy number of kills, and it's also put our team in a really good advantage because it's stopped the King Tigers from pushing up to the point where they can exploit long-range sniping positions, which is what the King Tiger excels at. And it's just one of those things that the Lorraine is so good at. Now, one thing you do have to look out for in the Lorraine is SPAA, because the Lorraine only has about 40 or 50 millimeters of armor, and so you can quite easily be penetrated by things like a SOK. And if you're not careful, and your ready rack isn't ready, then you might potentially die. And that's quite plausible. Like, I almost died there. My engine was almost shot out, and that shot just went straight through Shoji's head. Like, okay. I got saved there by a teammate, but realistically I had it there. But that's the thing with the Lorraine 40t. You've got to control your aggression. Personally, I like to play almost hyper aggressively, and the Lorraine really lets me down there because of the ready rack. And you just got to remember that. Play aggressively, but wait for that ready rack. Hold your O key, make sure that it's ready to go, and you have at least 3 or 4 shells in the breech. Otherwise, you're just going to get caught with your pants down, and you're going to get killed. I got lucky because that Panther didn't kill me in one shot, but it could very, very easily have. And whilst I didn't spot it, I didn't have a shell ready to fire back if he had hit, say, my engine or my driver or something like that. So you've got to be really, really careful when a situation like that comes to hand. Apart from that, though, the Lorraine 40t, even in an up tier, seems to do okay. I've had plenty of matches where I've come across IS-6s, especially when the turret was fully at its full potential, at its worst, I guess. And I found that I was able to get around IS-6s and do reasonably well, despite them being extremely fast. And there's me checking my ready rack, just making sure. I've apparently learnt from my mistake. And yeah, Lorraine 40t, it's an absolute monster. As you can see, my team has actually been pretty good, and we've secured most of the map. But in the case that I haven't, the Lorraine 40t is more than well equipped to dart across the map, kill a couple of enemies protecting a capture point, take it, and then go back to your original spot. Which is why so many people love this tank. It's got the perfect combination of mobility, survival, and firepower when you control yourself. Otherwise, you're going to end up overreaching, you're going to end up with your pants down, and you're going to end up without a shell in the breech because the ready rack just isn't there. So remember, when you're playing the Lorraine, keep that in mind. Don't take your tank into brawling situations, go for the flanks because you don't have the armor as well. Play it like a Panther, but faster, and you'll really, really enjoy yourself. Anyway, ladies and gents, that is the end of the match. Nothing else really happens from here on out. So, take care, and I'll catch you next time.